Arena is a lot more than just beating up on other people. It's actually one of the most important parts of Raid Shadow Legends. Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video, and today I wanted to talk about Arena, or PvP in general, as to why it's so important in Raid Shadow Legends. Now, some of this is going to be common knowledge, but remember that there are new players still coming to the game, and there are players that maybe don't even understand truly the value. And the reason that I know this is because just a couple months ago, getting my own clan members to stay gold 5 was like pulling teeth, and it's very frustrating. Now, thankfully, my clan is very consistent, with the exception of one person who is not actively playing right now. So, and that's an alt account. We just need to remove that. So we do have 2 slots open. Reach out on Discord if you are looking to join our clan. We did just get our butts kicked in Siege. I know some of you guys watched. You were in my comment section talking about how you were going up against my clan, and y'all kicked our butts really good. We were definitely outmatched, and we recognized that pretty early on. So congratulations to you guys. I didn't get to see what the clan, let me give you guys a shout out here. Oh yeah, you were part of Oblivion, I think. So okay, anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about PvP in general. And first, I'm going to start off with regular arena and talk about why regular arena is so important, because I think this goes missed, right? Let's talk about the obvious reasons why arena is important. Listen up. I just got a new promo link that you can use to follow along with me on my latest free-to-play adventure and get a free Elenaril, as well as 3 more powerful epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get Elenaril right after signing up, as well as Fayne, Uugo, and Tagoar as you progress through Raid. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together. You have a daily quest every day to complete 5 classic arena battles, and the reward is energy. Energy is something that you need a lot of in this game, so you should be doing this every day. And you know, you can see I'm at cap right now, but I try to stay below cap, and I would use this energy basically as soon as I get it. Maybe I knock out some dungeons, Minotaur, something with the energy. But that right there is one of the many reasons that it's important. Occasionally you may see, are there any advanced quests for it? I can't quite remember, to be completely honest, if there's any specific advanced quests related to Arena. Likewise though, you do get daily challenges to defeat, you know, this is defeat 25 champions in Classic Arena, right? So you do get those if there is a Forge Pass going on. And Forge Passes seem to be very consistent these days. So while there's not always one going on, you can bet that there's one right around the corner if it's not active. Right now, we do have a very good one, the best one active right now, which is the Slayer Forge Pass. I am probably gonna get some of the weekly rewards for this one. I may make a purchase of it in a couple of days here on this account. So, because I need Slayer gear really badly. I really want Slayer for my horse, my Marius. But let's go back to Arena and talk about that. So, those are some of the obvious reasons why Arena is good, because it checks off some boxes within the game. But something that might be less obvious if you're not really paying attention or looking for it is in the tier list. Now, for many of you, myself somewhat included, you may look at the tier list and think, oh, I'm just going to get these rewards. Now, I'm at the point on my account where I'm pretty much auto-selling all of these rewards. Sure, I could get a speed set out of it that could be pretty good, but for the most part, that's 5-star rewards. There's an occasional 6-star in there. These rewards just aren't to my level. Now, perhaps I would have better experience once I start getting into platinum, but I'm not consistently in platinum as it is anyways, nor do I think I'll be able to. Perhaps with the new changes that they've done, I can make a bigger push for platinum in the near future, but honestly, I'm perfectly content kind of sitting in gold 5. But why is gold 5 or platinum so important? It's these tier bonuses, and these go slept on in Raid Shadow Legends by so many players, because the thing I always hear from people when I do takeovers or when I'm talking in chat or giving just general advice, people say, well, I don't like PvP, so I do my 5 and I'm done. Well, that's not necessarily going to help you if you're down in silver or low gold, because you're losing a ton of bonuses. So you can see right here, there's HP plus 22%, attack plus 22%, and defense plus 22%. Those percentages are pretty valuable, and you don't want to miss out on them. So if you actually go in and look at a champion, we'll look at my favorite, we'll look at Androck. You can see Classic Arena, I'm getting 4,541 extra HP just because of Arena and the bonuses that I'm getting from being tier 5. Likewise, 189 attack and 359 defense. Now, sure, you could make the argument like, well, those aren't super big numbers, but you have to consider the areas where you're going into battle. Am I really going to sweat 300 defense and 4,000 HP against Demon Lord? Probably not. But every little bit is going to help me in Chimera, in Hydra, and it's also going to help me in Siege and other areas where I'm doing battle. So if I'm doing battle with somebody that's in gold 5 and yet I'm silver 3, I'm at a disadvantage. It may be a small disadvantage, but it is a disadvantage nonetheless, and you don't want to necessarily put yourself in that position where you may not be able to perform at the same level as your opponent. So it is something worth considering when you're thinking about building out a champion, right? That it is very important to make sure that you are keeping your account in Classic Arena 5. And of course, there are good rewards here, right? Well, sorry, 5 or higher. If you can go into Platinum, you should be into Platinum. I mean, look at these rewards. These are crazy. These are so good. And you do get the occasional Void Shard. I probably get an Ancient Shard every week from Arena. So overall, like, they're not the worst rewards. They certainly could be better, and I would love to see Platinum turned into a 5-tier thing in the future rather than being just the end-all be-all. But you know, it is what it is for right now, but you know, that's maybe a video for another time. Classic Arena is very important. So even if you don't like Classic Arena and you say, well, I don't like Classic Arena, I'm not going to do it, it's going to hold back your clan boss progression. It's going to hold back your damage against bosses. It's going to hold back pretty much everything in the game. These extra bonuses will not be taking effect. And Gold 5 does seem very challenging, very daunting, but once you get up there, once you build a team that's pretty reasonable, pretty easy to stay up there. You can see here, I went 8 out of 10. I actually do have a real defense. In fact, I need to change this defense because this team, I don't even think half of them have gear other than Harima, but you know, you could put in like a real defense if you want to. In fact, did I just see that battle log? That defense is actually getting me some wins. That's really funny. I haven't touched those champions in a while, but yeah, it's a really, important part of the game, and I wanted to emphasize that. So if you are a new player and you're developing your account, don't ignore Arena. You're really going to want to push there and get those bonuses to help make your life easier in other areas of the game. Now, what about Tag Team Arena? Tag Team Arena is probably everybody's least favorite arena. I'd say that's fair to say. I know some people out there that hate Live Arena more than Tag Team Arena. I don't hate Live Arena. I hate that I can only do it at very specific times of day, not when I'm like in the mood to. But for Tag Team Arena, it is very tedious. It's long. It can be frustrating. I finally, by the way, this is what kind of made me want to talk about Arena. I finally hit Gold 1 in Tag Team Arena, which is very important for one specific reason, which is missions. You can see right now I was stuck on the mission for Ramontu, who I don't think is like a must get, not like Marius, but I've gotten Marius, so now I can just, you know, focus my energy and time into Ramontu. But I do have to exchange 50,000 gold bars, which means I need to do more Tag Team Arena to get those gold bars. I only have 13,000 right now. But in the bazaar, there are really good rewards for those gold bars. You can get a Sacred Shard, you can get a legendary book. The accessories down here are cleansing or refresh accessories, which can be very handy. I don't have a lot of them on this account because I haven't been in gold, and I usually spend my resources elsewhere, to be completely honest with you. Like, I buy the void shards and the ancient shards, and farming these is difficult only in silver. So hopefully I can get more gold bars being in gold now. But either way, even if you're just silver, getting this void shard, is this on a monthly maybe? I don't remember the rotation on this. I apologize, guys. But I do think that the ancient shard is on a weekly. So I check in every couple of days. I don't recommend buying this energy. I did this for the fusion and because I have to spend my gold bars for a mission, but I don't value this 300 energy for 1,000 of the resources. I don't value it that amount, and certainly don't buy the silver. I would not do that either. 50,000 silver, you can't see it's behind my head, but 50,000 silver is a ripoff, in my opinion, for that many gold bars. That being said, outside of the bazaar, it is quite a frustrating area of the game, plain and simple, because it takes so much time, and the teams, people don't really compete in Tag Team Arena, so a lot of players just stop doing it, which brings the people that are still doing it at the top are very, very good, and the middle ground, there kind of isn't one. So the other problem that they do have with Tag Team Arena is the tier limit. So I've made a video on this before, I've talked about this before, but this math, I mean, if we assume that there's 1 million players playing Raid, which could be high, I don't know, but just off the jump, this value is incredibly low. Like, that puts it, I almost feel like you might have I don't want to say easier time getting platinum, but the percentage to the player base here is very, very low, in my opinion, to get gold. So to be able to hit gold, I think is a big deal. It's been a big challenge for me. I'm a pretty end game player, and only recently was I able to do that, and that's on the backs of a lot of a beast team and a fully beast team with a faction unity champion and a fully dwarf team with a faction unity champion. So it was not and has not been easy by any stretch. So, but I do think it's worth doing. I tried to do it when I can. I will say, though, that skipping Tag Team Arena, if I'm in a pinch, I've talked a lot about time constraints on myself. If I'm in a pinch to complete some quests or get my dailies done, Tag Team Arena is something I need to get done, and I only have like an hour, I'll probably save that either for the end or skip it altogether and focus on other areas of the game that need to get done that are probably more important, right? But I do think it's worth doing if you have the time, and I don't take it super seriously. I don't manual every fight or anything like that. I throw my teams in auto. If they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. I don't care about it that much, but there are times where I'll be watching a fight and be like, oh, I could probably win that if I take over, if it looks like it's not going particularly well. Now, I picked a terrible time to start recording this video because, as you can see, Live Arena is not active and won't be for another 21 minutes. Now, you can clearly see I am not the biggest Live Arena fan. I am only just in Gold 1 I'm Gold 2. I didn't even realize I had gained Gold 2. Regardless, you can see I am losing points because I'm not active. I haven't done Live Arena in a couple of weeks now. That being said, I do think Live Arena is very, very important. Now, there is a quest now to do it, which I think is important. Doing it during the season is very good because the seasonal rewards are quite good. I should have been doing it during the seasonal rewards. I just haven't been, plain and simple. I've made whole videos about that. I don't need to go into it any deeper, but I do want to talk about a couple of things. Now, this chest, this is the gold chest. This is for 35 Live Arena wins, and you do get primal quartz as part of this chest, which you can see that in gold, 105 to 135. So you can get up to 4 primal shards from Live Arena. That is a lot. Now that resets, I want to say monthly. Yeah, it resets monthly. So that's a lot of primal shards in this game. If you're not spending money, primal shards are hard to come by. To have access to 4 per month is that many more chances at getting some good mythical champions on your account. So it is important to try and complete those 35 wins, maybe on a weekly basis, in order to get those 400 primal quartz. And then you have this chest. This is the daily chest, the 5 win chest. There is a legendary skill tome in here. I will tell you, on my account, I've actually seen this. It does exist. I've even had it happen on camera. So for those of you that say, oh, that doesn't exist, it does. And if you are going for Marius, which I think is a must get, Marius is a Void legendary and a very, very good one. You do have to do a lot of live arena. So get started now, get ahead of the game so that when the time comes for you to do the live arena stuff, you're already kind of in a higher tier and you can pump out those resources quickly, including the artifacts. You have to equip champions with these artifact sets. They also drop up here from this chest, so you can get those now, save them up, even the blue ones, even the crappy ones that you wouldn't normally use, and just equip a champion with them when the time comes. The rest of the wards are okay. I don't really care that much. I think the values are too low for the Chaos Powder and Chaos Dust. But that legendary skill tome has a very, very low chance to drop, but it exists. I promise you. I have had it happen on multiple free-to-play accounts on camera, so I highly recommend that. And then, of course, the one thing that I have been leaving out of this video is the Great Hall and the area bonuses. These are massive improvements to an account. Up to 25% extra crit damage. You're talking up to 20% attack, up to 20% HP, 20% defense, up to 80 resistance, and 80 accuracy. Accuracy usually should be an early focus for a lot of accounts because accuracy is hard to come by in the early game. You can see I did that here. But I did switch it up and start focusing on other slightly more important areas to my account because my accuracy isn't that difficult to hit, but getting high damage out of my champions has been a struggle. So you can see I've got attack and crit damage for magic. Trunda, right? She exists. That's one of the main reasons. But I do have a lot of magic damage dealers, of course, too. So, but this is very important. And I'm sure you guys are like, hold up, dude. How do you not have anything in your affinity bonuses? Like, how have you not finished this? Because I don't prioritize arena that much. I do about 10 battles a day. And that's usually all that I do. I should do a lot more. And I think if you really want to be like high-end efficiency and you can burn this out quickly if you're using every single live arena token that you have available to you. I recommend that. I think that's good for your account. I have other priorities. I'm a little lazy when it comes to my arena stuff. Likewise with area bonuses. You just saw my progress in live arena is kind of low, but these are huge bonuses for your account that can help you in a lot of difficult areas. Faction Wars. I've made multiple videos complaining about Faction Wars. I am my own worst enemy when it comes to Faction Wars because I don't put any points into it, right? I should be doing that. Likewise, in Hydra, you're going to want to get bonuses there because Hydra is a very huge source of resources for your account, and even Demon Lord if you're struggling on it. One note about that, I would avoid speed in Demon Lord if you're trying to go for a speed tuned team. Yes, it can help you reach that goal, but it makes it harder to manage in my personal opinion. And again, that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but it can sometimes make it harder to speed tune a team if you forget, oh, I have +4 to all these champions and you're, now all your speeds are wrong and you have to move gear around. People have done that. I've never done it because I don't ever upgrade the speed in Demon Lord. I've only done the defense to try and make a past team more successful, but now I don't need it because my team is very easy and very successful. So Hydra is where I put most of my resources into. I do have a lot saved up right now just because I kind of don't care, but yes, and then it could also help you in Cursed City as well if that's an area that matters for you, but I'm mostly just gonna do this one day. Like I say, do as I say, not as I do, right? So those are all the reasons that live arena, or that arena in general, is so important to the game. And it is also a motivating factor for development of your champions, right? You're going to be building your champions to beat other players' accounts, which are stronger, and then all of a sudden you're going to realize that you now have a great wave clear champion too, and you have a great champion that can do damage outside of other limitations, right? So if you don't want to use an enemy max HP champion to do damage, maybe this guy can do as much damage as that champion would, and so on and so forth. For example, I just made a video recently on Fenax, who is a good arena champion as well. If you build a really good Fenax, you might find that you have a really good champion to take down Amius. So, you know, it's just something to consider. But yeah, I think arena is very, very important. And if there is one takeaway that you have from this video, in my opinion, it is to hit gold 5 very least. If you only want to do the minimum of arena, I think gold 5 is your best option, because you do get all of those extra stats, and you can slowly build out your Great Hall if you're just doing what it takes to stay in gold 5. So we'll go ahead and call that a video. I hope that's helpful to those of you that didn't realize about the extra stats, and maybe you'll prioritize arena a little bit more after seeing this video. So I hope this video finds you all doing well, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care.